This line, Perry is comparing two ideas, a person and a firework. This comparison isn't literal. A person can't be a firework. It's figurative. It helps us to make sense of something through a reference. When she says, "You're a firework," she means that this person shares the qualities of a firework. They're exciting, attention grabbing, and they're dazzling. There are two different ways we can use figurative language to make comparisons: metaphor and simile. In this example, Katy Perry is using a metaphor. She says, "You are a firework." But Perry could have said this: "You're like a firework. You shine as bright as a firework." Or your metaphors often use the words are or is. Let's take a look at a few examples of similes and metaphors. In John Green's book, The Fault in Our Stars, he writes, "The sun was a toddler, insistently refusing to go to bed. It was past 8:30 and still light." What two things are being compared? This line of text compares the sun and a toddler, two things which, on the surface, don't have much in common. It's a surprising comparison. So why is the writer comparing the sun to a toddler? He's emphasizing how long the day is. It's 8:30 p.m., and the sun is still out. In the same way, a toddler might stay up late into the evening because they refuse to go to bed. Is this comparison a metaphor or a simile? This is a metaphor because it compares two unlike things by saying that the sun was a toddler. Here's another example from the poem A Visit from St. Nicholas by Clement Clark Moore, in which he describes St. Nicholas, or Santa Claus. "He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly." What two unlike things are being compared? This is a comparison between a little round belly and a bowl full of jelly. These two unlike things are similar in how they move. Is this comparison a metaphor or a simile? This is a simile because it compares two unlike things using the word like. This simile helps us envision the motion of a soft, jiggling belly by comparing it to jelly. Take a look at this quote from a scene from the TV show The Office. Speaking to a coworker, Gabe says, "Question: What's the most important appliance in your house? It's the toilet. And I am the toilet of this office. I flush away annoying problems so others can keep their hands clean, and, just like a toilet, I am essential." What is the metaphor? "I am the toilet of this office" is the metaphor. In describing his role at the office, Gabe compares himself to a toilet. He isn't like a toilet, he is one. According to the metaphor, what quality do toilets and Gabe have in common? According to Gabe, both himself and the toilet flush away annoying problems so that others can keep their hands clean. Later on in the quote, Gabe says, "Just like a toilet, I am essential." But that isn't a metaphor, it's a simile. Both comparisons tell us that Gabe might be a little resentful of his role in the office and that he has a sense of humor. Metaphors and similes can also be used to describe scientific concepts, like in this excerpt from the book Dangerous Planet: Natural Disasters That Changed History by Bryn Bernard. We live in a world governed by chance. Events tumble one after the other like pebbles washed down a stream. Some are small, such as the random puff of wind that spreads a dandelion's seeds. Some are big, such as the Big Bang, which got our universe started. Most are in between, such as the movement of continents or the collapse of a civilization. Big and small, important and insignificant. Event tumbles on top of event. Eventually, you get history. What is the simile in this passage? Events tumble one after the other like pebbles washed down a stream is the simile. The writer explains a difficult concept: how events of the natural world build on each other, by comparing them to pebbles in a stream. According to this passage, what qualities do world events and pebbles have in common? Events, like pebbles, come in various sizes and are governed by coincidence or chance. Today, we learned that metaphors and similes are comparisons of two unlike things. A simile makes this comparison using the words like, as, or than, while a metaphor does not use these words. Both metaphors and similes are memorable and imaginative ways to give a description, and they can help us understand something in a new way. Think of someone who is important to you. Write either a simile or a metaphor to describe why you like them, and state whether you wrote a metaphor or a simile.